Hello friend, welcome to Bricks Embedded System tutorial. I am Rajiv and in this tutorial we are going to learn how to use timer with Atmega 16 microcontroller. So actually Atmega 16 microcontroller is having two registers inside it to control timer 0. Similarly we are having few registers for timer 1 and few registers for timer 2. So in this tutorial I am going to explain how we can control or what are the configuration detail of timer 0 only. So we have two register, one is having name TCNT0 and other is having name OCR0. Now the role of TCNT0 is if you will enable its running condition, the register will we get incremented with a fixed time interval. So its value will continuously increase from 0 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and so on. It will reach up to 255 and after that it will try to become 256 and actually due to overflow it will become actually 0. So and again it will follow the same procedure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and again it will become 255 and so on. It will continuously keep incrementing. So it will never stop, it will not stop it. The second register is called OCR0. Actually this register never the value of this register will never increase. You can only set the value of this register. So whenever we can set its value, like here I have set its value to equal to 18. So it will remain 18 before we will change it. So there are two register, one will keep incrementing and other will never change without manual interference. Now based on these two registers, one is running and one is not running. So based on these two registers we are actually having two conditions. One is overflow. Whenever TCNT0 tries to become 256, our condition for overflow will occur and we give it a name overflow condition. Second is whenever the value of TCNT0 will become equal to OCR0, it's called compare match. Now inside our microcontroller we are having two interrupts. One is called overflow interrupt and second is called compare match interrupt. So whenever the condition for overflow will be there, overflow interrupt will run, and whenever there will be a compare match interrupt condition, a compare match interrupt will run. Now to write program we need to create a ISR for overflow interrupt as well as for compare match interrupt. So here is the ISR for timer 0 overflow interrupt. The vector name is timer 0 underscore OVF underscore VECT, and inside main actually you need to write enable timer 0 overflow interrupt. Now this is the ISR for compare match interrupt. The vector name is timer 0 underscore COMP underscore VECT, and to enable it we need to type enable timer 0 CTC INT. Now if we want we can enable both the interrupt at same time. So here you can see we have created ISR for both the interrupts and we have enabled both the interrupts. Now one most important thing about the timer is the prescaler. Actually using prescaler we decide the speed of incrementation for TCNT0 register. So for that purpose we need to set the value of prescaler. If the value of prescaler will be 0, timer will not run, but if it's equal to 1, the timer will run at a speed exactly equal to the speed of your microcontroller. So at whatever speed your microcontroller is running, timer register will also run at exactly same speed. So if we will make some calculation, we will find that if microcontroller is running at 1 megahertz, after each 256 clock there will be an overflow interrupt. So around after so there will be around 4000 times in a second when the overflow condition will come. So in a second your ISR will run around 4000 times. Now if the prescaler value will be equal to 2, the speed of increment will be divided by 8 exact. If similarly if we set the prescaler equal to 3, the speed will get divided by 64. If we will set it 4, the speed will get divided by 256, and if we will set it to 5, the speed will get divided by 1024. So in case of prescaler equal to 5, the overflow condition will occur only around 4 times per second. Now there are two more value of prescaler, that is 6 and 7. In these two conditions we can give an external clock on pin called XCK, or not, pin called T0. You will find this pin on port B. So on T0 pin we can give external clock to make increment in TC and T0. Now in case of prescaler equal to 6, the increment will be there on falling edge, and in case of 7, the increment will be there on rising edge. Now inside microcontroller, actually we are having total 21 different interrupts. Like till now we have learned about external interrupt 0, external interrupt 1, external interrupt 2, timer interrupt overflow, timer 0 overflow interrupt, and timer 0 compare match interrupt. Similarly we are having timer 1 overflow interrupt, timer 1 compare match A, compare match 2. Actually there are two OCRs in case of timer 1, so there are two different compare match. Similarly we are having timer 0 timer 2 overflow and timer 2 compare match interrupt. And there are few more interrupts for communication. There are SPI related interrupt. For UART there are receiver and transmitter interrupt. For ADC also we have interrupt. So this is the table where you can see that priority of all these interrupts. So if two interrupts will occur or two interrupts will get enabled at same time, the interrupt which is higher in this table will run first, and once the first interrupt will get finished, then only the second interrupt or third interrupt will run. So total there are 21 interrupts. So in future tutorials we will learn about all these interrupts one by one. Reset is the most powerful interrupt. So if you will give a falling edge, or if you will generate a falling edge on reset, the microcontroller will get reset. So all the interrupts will get disabled at the time, and microcontroller will restart. Similarly INT0 is the second most prior interrupt. Next is INT1, next is timer 2 compare, and so on. So this is all about timer interrupt. In next tutorial we will learn how to write program to use the timer interrupt. So thank you for watching this tutorial. Please keep watching our tutorials to learn more about embedded system. Thank you.